Let's play this game. The tutorial version. As Emily Goldwyn, ruler of the Empire of the Isles, who have numerous enemies. Your father is Lord Corvo O'Donnell, infamous royal protector and spy master. In the years since you took the throne, Corvo has spent many hours training you in the arts of stealth and combat.
I remember training with my father in the years after the rat plague. Someday, he said, our enemies will come for you. The sounds and smells of Dunwall never change much. This is my city. What training regimen does Father have in store for me today?
All right, Majesty. Let's see what you can do.
Everyone has voices. Adult enemy.
If I get going fast enough, I could slide beneath that.
Hurry!
Damn it. I've done this before.
Adult Emily. Corvo.
Alright, good.
Sprint, vault the obstacle, then slide under.
I need to sprint, vault over the obstacle, and then slide under the door. Easy as cake. What's next?
This game is played so smooth. It's like butter. Actually, I would like a little bit more butter. I need more butter. We must butter up the axis. Better. I'm very excited.
To climb. If only I could spend every day running and jumping. Now to test my agility.
Come to me.
Yay! It's Papa Corvo.
Let's see how quiet you are, young lady.
Stealth. We have to choke Daddy.
Father's always on about the value of quiet feet.
That's my girl. Now let me hear you or see you. Given time, an enemy will notice you, even if you're at the edge of their peripheral vision.
Didn't see anything at all. Quiet as a lynx stalking a gazelle.
Hey.
Remember, a pistol will wake up everyone in the building. Your crossbow is quiet. Time for some more weapons and combat training. Let's beat each other up, shall we? Yes. You hit hard. That's my daughter. When someone swings a sword at you, block. Good. Block with your blade. Well done. If you time your block right, you'll throw an enemy off balance. You're quick. Come on. Smart move. Come on. That'd stop even the most black-hearted killer.
Well, if it's a pink-hearted killer.
Enemy out, even in combat. When an enemy is off balance, you can land a lethal counterattack. Come on.
Look at Daddy's
Knowing
face.
you can take care of yourself. When trouble does finally come, you're ready to fight.
He should have a massive scar on his face, though. Alright. Now it's training. Good medium. Today marks the anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Goldwyn, assassinated 15 years ago. Visitors from across the Empire of the Isles have journeyed to Dunwall Tower for the occasion.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces. All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be? Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible. I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily,
You look tired, Father.
every year I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Chocolate biscuits.
Your Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsay says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos!
Mechanical soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsay?
I already finished it
I
off.
didn't authorize those things.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Atano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on
just
this
one.
sorrowful day, and
Bag.
gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin, your rightful empress, Delilah Caldwin.
Impossible.
My mother had a sister?
My dearest niece. Hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Yuhorn Jacob Caldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little Sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Caldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Caldwin.
Royal Protector, how naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Caldwin and her father for the Crown Killer murder.
What?
Your sword can't still my heart.
So, do we play as Emily Caldwin? Or do we play as Corvo Atano? This is the decision. Just the abilities. That's literally all it is. Corvo has significantly different abilities than Emily does. That's the only difference. Other than maybe a little bit of dialogue. The story's the exact same. They both have incredibly cool abilities, so I cannot say. Hello, Sizenis. Sizenesis. Kind of figured that's who you would choose. Play as Emily Caldwin.
I will cast you in cold marble. No! Sweet girl, over time you will come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Coldman prison until her trial.
Nope.
My father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
Can't be all Captain Mayhew.
Yes, the exact opposite would have happened.
His fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half? There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside her chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
So,
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father. Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
so yes, once again, betrayal in the royal family. Lenora Helmswater. It's just really funny that, you know, once again, everything is just going wrong.
Should I just spin it and pick a place to hide for a while? I need time to think. These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
Okay. How do we get out of here? Through the window,
times
of
have I looked
course.
at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed. Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily, where's the royal protector?
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain
Of course.
earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the royal protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
So to get this, we need our signet ring. What do you think of the game so far, though? Alright. At least saving and loading is still super quick. We're going for the same thing we were going for last time, which is, you know, stealth. No alerts, lots and lots and lots of resets.
Emily, I know times are hard. You're the ruler of 4 nations. launched a magnificent ship bearing Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
And I'm proud of you. Can admit, hey, you don't know me, but you've got to tell the road protector I have an urgent need of his time. A care message that's been delivered. That has to be delivered face to face. Working with Anton Sokolov. Megan Foster. The dreadful whale. Okay, so we need to find the Capitan. I love how, like, according to that note we just read, though, everybody who spoke out against Corvo Otano as, like, a bad person with all the evidence stacked against him, they all resigned. And that one guy's just like, I'm not going to resign. I reported and wrote about the facts that we had, and as such, I have no qualms with what I did. And it's like, well, yeah. That is a fair assessment. Alright. Back into the Empress's room. Okay. You know? Ichabod Boyle. Like, I will admit, like, a bunch of people dying who completely criticize the Empress, but, like, you know, nobody else somehow dying is definitely sus, but, you know.
Traitors.
But the funny thing is, though, like, you know, all these people who are working against the Empress and working for somebody else, chances are that somebody else isn't gonna have need of them. Oh, a hookah.
This reminds me of good times with friends, with Wyman. All gone now.
It's like the last thing you'd ever want to do is betray the people you work for and actually respect and go work for somebody who wants to, you know, kill.
Throne room blocked off. We should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the King and Queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, the cream of society.
And very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
He's doing it just to get back into his...
Ramsey's family fell from the aristocracy, and apparently the man holds a grudge. How it's my fault, that's beyond me. But one way or another, Ramsey is too dangerous to be left in play.
Whoops.
This won't leave my hand again.
We got our signet again. The game wants us to murder him, but... we shall not. We shall lock him up in the safe room. First, I want to take out these guards. Hola, Viku. If you want me to fully repeat what I was saying earlier, though, but if I was trying to remember what exactly I said, I was saying that, what's the point of betraying somebody who, you know, already holds the esteem and respect of everybody when you're working for someone who's literally going to kill people and will most likely murder you after the fact? Oh, I can't get this guy.
Who's this?
Unless I actually went out of my way to kill, there's no way I can get them both. I wanted to take a look at Daddy one last time. Wow. You can actually see all the people who tried to protect Emily. Everybody in that place died. Every single one.
Anton Sokolov made this lock. Now you've got what you wanted, Ramsey. The Imperial suite atop Dunwall Tower. Stay put until this is all set straight, Ramsey. Enjoy the rations and well water, sleeping next to a fortune.
Oh, Whispers of the Void. Whispers of the Void.
This could be handy.
Boner charms.
The Crown Killer must be connected to all this, with the Duke and Delilah. I have a feeling I'll need these.
So, while she gets those, Corvo would put on his mask again. Corvo's mask would be right here. There wouldn't be a, yeah.
The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here. I better take these.
Just look at that solid gold, yo. Quick, eat all the food, so Mortimer has nothing left. Letter from Wyman. The Golden Cat, Coldwood Prison. Ah, the tower. Let's see.
Old Samuel made this. I'm glad he didn't live to see me driven out of Dunwall Tower.
Oh, he died. So sad. I'm good. I'm a little tired. Yes. I get focused. Don't worry. I promise I will respond. I will respond at some point in the future. Alright, to the streets of Dunwall. Delilah and Duke Luca Abele have taken the tower. Dunwall is no longer a safe place for you. Escape the city by meeting with a boat captain down at the docks.
Until I understand this, I have to go into hiding. I should make my... way to the docks. What would my old governess say? Callista would probably tell me to sit up straight and to marry Wyman. She'd ask me when the War of the Four Crowns ended. 1625.
Lots of books. For anybody watching on YouTube who wants to actually see them, y'all can pause it and read it. So yeah, I've actually never beaten this. I've gotten a little bit through it, but that's about it.
I've gotta get out of Dunwall.
Gotta get down there. How could you forget the peanuts? Not the peanuts!
Somehow Delilah turned my father to stone. I will find a way to undo it.
Okay. Whoops. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's try that again. And not hit the wrong button. How is he not dead? Let's be honest here. Ah, yes.
The city's crawling with the Duke's men.
Listen up, I have bad news. Ramsey's missing. Corporal Moore checked the royal quarters, and Emily Caldwin has apparently fled the tower. We've got to find her. That's it, we've got your orders. Spread out and find the fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Serkino, sink or swim. There's no way to turn back now. I should listen to Mom and become a hairdresser. Request for new boots, and what did I get? A sock. One useless sock.
Already some of these guys are starting to realize, ah, shit. We got some problems.
Former Empress Emily Caldwin has been accused of high crimes against the state. Anyone caught harboring her is equally guilty of treason.
Gotta love miscellaneous Mondays, exactly. Hello? Hello?
Always alert. Always. They don't gotta say it twice. I don't like that. Better have a look.
He saw me. Of course it's much prettier. This one came out a couple years ago. Oh shit, I forgot he was looking right straight forward. Whoopsies. Oh, I knew that.
Is there? Nothing there.
Alright, that's 2. They just get alerted, but, I like to play games the hard way, which is kill nobody, get spotted by nobody, you know. Just like one of the harder ways to play most stealth games.
Something feels wrong.
No biggie. So this game will have a lot of resets. And lots of gay orgies, because I just put a bunch of dudes on top of each other sleeping. So they can just spoon.
Isn't it laundry? I think I just saw something.
Bruh, you didn't even look. There we go. Let's see. Let them pass. And this is what happens when people in the high-ups get corrupt. People die. The betrayal is real. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. Who needs feet anyway? Yeah, he's fine. No, he's fine. That's a totally normal way to sleep.
Sorry you missed us. I'll be taking the children away from Dunwall earlier than expected. I'm few weeks before the upcoming anniversary of Empress Jessamine's death. Things are about to get bad, and I'm not just talking about the Crown Killer. Besides, there's profit to be made bringing new silver miners down south, so arrangements must be made. Ta for now.
Ta for now. Ooh, that's a nice picture. Look at all... I mean, it's still funny. You can see all the loyal people versus the disloyal people. It's just... This game, like, you know... They just really love...
Attention Dunwall citizens. As of today, Delilah Caldwin is our new Empress. All hail Delilah, first of her name. Further, the former Empress, Emily Caldwin, is now wanted for treason. Any of you found harboring Emily Caldwin will be fined and arrested. People of Dunwall, stay in your homes. You're advised to stay indoors during this time of unrest. Can't do anything for you.
These guys choke out nice and slowly, though. It's the last piece you will take in peace. Excellent. I honestly should just bind quick save, but meh. Alright, looks like we got 2 more.
Citizens of Dunwall,
Three
listen
more.
up. For the sake of your family, turn over all information concerning Emily Caldwin and Corvo Atano, wanted for murder and treason.
Oh, I did have an angle there for a second. There we go. Perfect. He's fine. Okay. I just love watching this fat little rat just go plick, 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 plick. Once we get our sleepy darts, we'll be much better.
You're not fit for the watch uniform.
Here? Huh? What? Help!
Okay. That guy just yeeted himself down the street. Every day when I'm yeeting down the street, everybody that I yeet. Oh shit. I got stuck on a rack. Shit.
Of course I can.
districts.
That guy does not want to look the other way. We're gonna see if we can't just slide on through, though.
Catch Emily Caldwell!
Nope. I guess after our first save reload, though, we could not get through there again.
If there's something you need, I'm the wrong person to ask.
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of Pear soda.
Pear soda? Who the fuck drinks pear soda when you've got grape soda? We must touch every typewriter we can. That's a pretty room. The fun thing is, this game will actually tell you, like, all the money that's in a level after the level. At least, I hope they continue that. They did in the first game. It's just like, you had a total of 3,000 gold pieces to find. You found 200. Top of deal.
Special edition.
Huh? What?
I like how he can see me, but he can't see me. He's staring at me, but he doesn't see me. It's like, I can see you, but really I can't because we're playing hide and seek and you're a child. But I'm the one who doesn't have object permanence. Poof, I'm gone. Okay, I'll go further away. Can you fuck off now? No? Okay. Wanker. Hello, sir.
You have to understand, I'm gonna call for help if you don't go.
Help! That's not right. That's gonna have trouble over there. I'll tear you to pieces.
Oops. Oh, I was gonna kill us both. Damn. Game over. Your life has ended.
special edition. Empress Delilah Caldwin, rightful heir to the throne, has taken power in Dunwall. The usurper, Emily Atano, and the murderous royal protector have been arrested.
Get out of here.
You have until tomorrow to print it.
I never should have listened to your rubbish.
Don't make a pig's ear of this printer. I'm the one who gave you the scoop on the Crown Killer.
Half of which couldn't be verified. I must have been rat-ass out of my mind to use that name. There's no proof that the murderer has any connection to the Crown.
Well, it made a good story. It served a purpose.
Whatever's going on, this coup, it won't last. The people of Bristol are loyal to the Empress, and I'm gonna publish an essay every day for a month to make sure they remember it.
The people of Bristol have a new Empress. And in the morning, they'll have to find a new printer, too.
Only adults would threaten the man who runs a newspaper.
Time to put you out of bit.
What's happening now? No.
You're not fit for the watch uniform.
Hello, sir. I saved your life. I touched your typewriter, though. We touch all the typewriters. Hello, sir.
That man, part of the Duke's coup, I'm sure of it now. And I saw him talking to Captain Ramsey of the City Watch.
You weren't the only one fooled. But I never ordered those killings.
I know that. It was irresponsible of me to print the name Crown Killer. I allowed myself to be coerced. Forgive me.
You're forgiven. I'm not sure what happens next, but protect yourself. And when the time is right, tell people the truth.
You can count on it. I won't ask you what your plans are, but for the sake of Dunwall and for the Empire itself, I hope you succeed.
I see 1, 2... Hey, we got an achievement! 3... Freedom of speech. Save the printer. Cool. Achievement! Alright, we're gonna save again.
Someone there.
Wait, I'll have a look over there.
I love how all I did was like close the door and he's just like... Apparently they didn't like me jumping on that chair. Well. Look, all I did was shoot the man in the chest. And they say I'm a killer. The only thing I'm slaying is this dance floor.
So if I have 2 and I give him 1, I still got me 1. But then if I eat it, no, if he eats it, then what?
Maybe I should hire my own bodyguard. I don't feel safe anymore.
Excellent. We're just slowly emptying this town of people. They're all sleeping in the trenches. One guard right there walking.
Someone there.
Wait, I'll have a look over there. I thought I saw someone right here. Let's check the place just in case.
Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure.
So now we gotta figure out how to get behind this dude.
Wonder what I'm doing. I swear I saw someone.
What? Huh? Take it!
Yay! I killed somebody with a dead man's trigger.
I wonder what I'm dealing with. Nothing moved. Pretty
Cool. Took him out. That's how it was supposed to go the first time.
sure.
Huh? That's Emily Caldwin! Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Didn't realize there was two guys in a row. Where did that guy come from?
Isn't it laundry day yet? Gotta be soon. Can't stand my own friend.
He's dead. I tried to choke a dude out, but we kind of glitched out on the staircase and shit happened, yo.
Hey, who is... Careful!
Something stinks around here. It's not my job to clean up. I hope
Take it!
Slow-mo death. That's okay. Oh, that's what happened. See, when I start choking him out, we're on a higher plane of existence. But however, I have to lower myself down onto his plane of existence. But doing so causes his mind to go like, what the fuck is going on? Then he suddenly has an enlightenment thought. And then, well, we stop choking. Daddy. So, the key is not to move. There.
Just once I'd like to see her buy the drinks. Just one time. I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
So it's a coup. The Caldwins have finally fallen. Shh, we shouldn't be talking about this.
Until later, then. I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
So the Caldwins have finally fallen. Yes, lady, are you coming tonight?
Shurina's had a talk with the boss. What a lick spill.
A lick spill. That's a new one. Ha! He's a lick spill. Yes, that is something I like to proclaim to everybody to hear in the area. Damn it, I need to pee. Everybody must know. I
hope they accept my transfer. I've got to get over to one of the other districts.
Think you're funny?
Oh well. Can I read? Of course I can read. What's your I'm stupid? I know all my letters and then some.
I'll search with you. Better search the office very carefully. Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure.
I swear I saw someone.
Yes, you are.
I wonder who that was.
I wonder what I'm dealing with. I'm about half sure there was something going on.
What that was.
Next time.
Yeah, stupid, fucking dead, dusty shit. Isn't it long? Huh? Shit, what happened to him?
I don't think he saw me. No, it did not hit red. Yay! Type.
Delilah and the Duke didn't hire the most refined assassin.
Road is blocked by order of the City Watch.
Locked? What am I
We've gotta
supposed
get
to do?
away. I should talk to the captain of that ship.
I advise you to return to your home.
Alright.
If I can't get through, that's it for my shop. The entire month will be ruined.
Trust me, you don't want to be out on the streets right now. Move along. Hello? Nothing there.
Alright.
This place has changed a lot over the years.
And not for the better. What's ever going on?
In this part of town?
I'll get the cigars
Honestly,
tomorrow.
Why can't they keep
Wanna buy one?
riffraff in a separate place?
Could we nominate your nephew as sanitation committee chair?
That's a horrid
I heard fighting between some of the guards earlier. This is bad. Let's ask the land agent to re-inspect the riverside drain. I pay my taxes and all the fees. I'd pay bribes too if it meant the roads weren't blocked
You have to
off.
understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go. Whatever you need, I can't help you.
You seem a bit
Leave at once,
travel-worn, dear.
or I'll call for
Maybe
help.
a good bath is in order.
Hard getting any business done here in Dunwall. That's all about the change.
Ah, the Hatter gang. Also ready to profit from times of turmoil.
Alright, I don't know if they're gonna do anything or not, so.
The royals are fighting now. Can't make it easier. Hello? Anybody? Where did you go? Make me show this one some.
It's the Mad Hatters! No. The Hatter Gang. They're the gang who wear hats.
Can't make it easier for them.
That's what I'm saying. We need a network of shops selling contraband, just like they've got down in Serconis. People are getting rich in Colero and Karnaca, even after paying the Grand Guard to look the other way.
So we set up some black market shops, pass along whatever we score, and we run security for the shopkeepers.
Right, and we take a cut on the sales. I'm telling you, the wind is blowing in our favor for once.
Hush, little Hatter, don't say a word. Go take a nap. On the cold line floor. So our goal is to get to that boat right there. That's actually going to be our hub. As much as I know, for at least a chapter or 2 or 3. Like I said, I haven't made it super far.
Wanna buy one?
Alright. I want to see if I can't pickpocket both these people in here. If I get caught.
Oh. You up for a beer later?
You bet. We're playing dice tonight. You in?
I like that I could steal from both of them. That's nice. It'll be very interesting playing as Elizabeth.
Something's gotta give.
Cause she doesn't have blink.
People of Dunwall, aiding a fugitive is now punishable by death. Aid the City Watch in this time of transition.
So that'll really make things interesting. There are some abilities I'm looking forward to learning about.
Is there...
Someone there?
I'll check around here.
That's Emily Caldwin!
Oh, there's 4 people over here. You'll find out once we get to it. It'll be the first ability she learns. So there's that guy there, 1 guy over there, 1 guy down there, and then 3 guys down there.
So if I have 2, and I give him 1, it still gives me 1. But then if I eat it, no, if he eats it, then... So let's see.
I'll check around here.
Nope.
What's going on?
We got spotted. Problem is that guy turns around. So there's that guy there, that guy there, that guy down there.
That's Emily Caldwin! You aren't going anywhere!
Easiest way to get right there.
Shit. You're surrounded.
That guy's there. Oh, there's 4 up here. Interesting.
He won't go far. No! Damn it!
Yeah, it's really weird fighting in this game because, like I said, I never actually have played this game in any kind of a aggressive style playthrough. Except for my very first time playing Dishonored 1 on the Xbox. I have never actually done an aggressive playthrough of this game. It's always been stealthy, and even that aggressive, quote, playstyle I did, it was mostly just me killing the bosses and the occasional enemy that spotted me. But now I'm just, you know, MLG Pro. Grindstone. Anything else around here we need? No, we just need to take out that guy, that guy, that guy.
Whiskey or something. Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks. He says keep alert, and I says I am alert. I've been alert. And he says, yeah, but this...
Yeah. All boats away from the dock. Woman here who lived earlier, captain's terrible whale, a dreadful whale, or something else. Arrested immediately? OMG, Jesus.
Captain Ramsey's been so industrious. But I need a ship.
Alright, last couple. If only I could just, like, chuck a grenade down there, kill those 2, and be like, yep, that's that. Actually, there's 3. 4. Thank God that was stealthy and quiet. Leo. He just kind of yeeted down from above. We're just like, death. Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Forget about that kiss. Oh, that kiss.
Oh, that kiss. Uh-oh. Well, how he's just like, gotta forget about that kiss. Oh, that kiss.
Nothing there.
You can wake up to the kiss of a rodent. Mr. God. Aw. I wanted to see if... I just wanted to throw it, see if I could just kill them for the sake of killing them. But it did not work, sadly.
What am I going to do? Something. Lady, you want to hear what I've got to say. I guarantee it. Lady Emily, you won't get far with that face. Stamped on half the coins in the city.
There's a coup underway, and I'm being blamed for the Crown Killer murders. I don't care what my face looks like.
My name's Megan Foster. I work with an old ally of yours, Anton Sokolov. We learned something scary down in the south, and I came to warn you.
I know, Anton, but Corvo's gone. The Duke of Serkonos is here with a woman named Delilah. They massacred everyone in the throne room. Then she did something I can't explain. There was nothing to do but run.
Sometimes that's all you can do. This is my ship, the Dreadful Whale. We can head out as soon as you're ready.
I need to get to Karnaca where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Should we go?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Oh, merciful didn't kill anyone. And ghostly, we were never detected. La 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 la. Look at that. They tell you how good you were. Was it non-lethal? Was it stealthy? Was it lethal? Was it an assault? Oh la 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 la. Ooh, we got half and we missed a painting. Sad. And we did all the special things. Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah, we did good. A strange visit. Something feels off. Find out what is going on.
Am I still aboard Megan's ship? It feels odd.
I will tell you, when I played this, the first time I did play this, I was playing as Corvo. So playing as Elizabeth will 100% be weird. Ah, perfect.
What is this place? Where am I? I can feel something moving closer.
Watching.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I am a friend of your father's from the bad old days.
From the bad old days.
I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a man in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back. So, what are you prepared to do about it? Your Imperial Majesty?
I don't like his new voice.
Enough to do it without spilling a river of blood.
He's just not the same.
I asked Corvo those questions 15 years ago. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn.
I don't like it. Ooh, do we go no powers mode or do we accept the outsider's mark? We're taking it.
It burns from the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something.
Ready to see her power? She does not have blink. She has far reach.
Incredible.
She has the power to reach far.
This is how I'm going to save my father and reclaim the throne.
This is what Corvo looked like, by the way. By the way, the person's choice is Emily.
What is that? It feels familiar.
It's your mother's heart.
Know you. Do you remember? It's been so long.
The speedrunner's choice.
Even as an echo of myself. It's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence. With you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
Oh. I forgot. It kind of flings you. So it doesn't teleport you. It kind of flings you.
There's no one quite like Delilah. I watched her pull herself up from blood and filth, until she was in a position to steal from the wisest scholars in the Empire. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes fawning sycophants of those around her, all of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game. She took all the abuse the world could deal out, and now she has a crown. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
Yeah, I really don't like the outsider in this game. He was so much better in the first one.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is stranger than I ever imagined. Everything I know has been turned on its head, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. When you look at the great jeweled map at Dunwall Tower, Karnaca is the southernmost port in the Empire. A fat, red ruby. That's how I always thought of it. Up close, the city smells like the ocean and strange spices. Up close, it's a tangled story of blood and ambition. The birthplace of my father. Megan Foster is a stranger, but there's something that makes me want to trust her, despite her guarded disposition. She got me out of Dunwall, and I need answers. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back.
New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852 will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman to get back to Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mansion I discovered the other night at the edge of Ridgeshore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand, using sheets and hiding an old audiograph upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands, screaming and laughing. Come on, Emily. You promised you'd be more serious and listen to that court, and you're already planning your next escape. Start this diary again. Proposals for a new decree on whale oil rationing. Yeah. The anniversary, that time of year again, the anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflection, though. It's all security protocols, menus, guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. You've already got me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. Would it be so terrible if I just said what I remember about her? That wink she gave me, even as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather, sound of her footsteps as she paced at night, the time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll, the time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish, but then had to pull a hook from my arm. Now that would be a speech. Dishonored. My father is lost, turned to stone by Delilah. Those words don't seem real. Witchcraft. Something I never would have believed possible. But now I have to believe in it, so I can believe that it can be undone. Delilah claims to be my aunt, the rightful heir. Truth or lies, all I know is that she used magic to take my throne, aided by that weasel, Duke Ebel. They must have been working on their plan for years, buying disloyalty with promises. Even Ramsay, captain of the City Watch, planting in everyone's mind the idea that my father and I would be responsible for those monstrous killings, that one or both of us were the crown killer. I'm not in a trusting mood, but Megan Foster says she knows Anton Sokolov, our old royal physician, and she helped me escape the coup. So she's all I have right now. We're sailing for Serkanos. My Dunwall, my home is no longer safe for me. But I never really was safe. Never really will be. The sooner I get that through my skull, the better. The Void. This time it wasn't a dream. I've read about the Void and the Outsider. Imagine them now. I've seen these wonders for myself. Strange doesn't begin to cover it. The Outsider has terrible eyes, black on black. He offered me something. I know these gifts come with a price, but how could I refuse? This power might give me the edge I need to defeat Delilah and Duke Abel. I'll worry about paying the cost later. But what price will I pay for his other gift? My mother's beloved voice trapped in the strangest contraption. It is both comforting and chilling to be able to talk to her again. Yet, it's not entirely the person I knew anymore. This thing. The heart. It's there and not there. I have to focus on it in a new way to even see it. Arrived at the southernmost tip of the Empire. Strange fragrances all around. Salt, fish, spice. I don't know how to blend in here. I don't know how to eat or where to go, but this is where my father was born, so part of me belongs here too. These are my people. Or they were until my throne was stolen by Delilah. I'm coming for you, Delilah, with my new powers. All I need now is a plan. Oh, you can craft bone charms at one point. Nice. So, the abilities are obviously Far Reach, which, you know. You can pull things. Nah. There is Mesmerize. It enthralls people. Dark Vision, which both of them have. There's Doppelganger. Summon a shade that attracts enemies. There's Shadow Walk, which is, you know, reduces our visibility even more. And then finally, the thing I'm most excited to use, which is Domino. Link human targets so that they go unconscious or die at the same time. So you can link people up to 4. Say I link 4 people and then shoot one of those 4 with a sleep dart. 4 will fall. And they all fall down like dominoes. And of course, then there's agility, reflexes, vitality, strength, bloodthirst, bone charm crafting, and shadow kill. But my goal for right now is obviously to get that,
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies.
So, looks like we have collectibles, because that's Samuel's boat. We got a couple of, boner charms. Yeah. That sometimes make, things not happen. We don't care about any of those. Let's see, it's not what you're used to live. It's not what you're used to living in a palace, but this is all the coin I could scrape up. Anton and I operated on a tight budget, and guess what? Now you do too. If it's not beneath you, pick up whatever valuables you find along your way. We'll need ammo and resources to take down the people behind the coop. Hidden all over.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Thank you for the follow there, Nakobin, okay? Hidden all over the city, there are underground black market shops. Look for a symbol depicting two hands, which means there's a shop nearby. Follow the signs, they'll guide you. Buying from the black market is against the law, but it could make the difference against the Duke's military. Sokolov was working on this crossbow as a gift for you. If you need it modified, these shops can help with that as well. Yes! Too bad we don't have sleepy darts.
Man, you're up. When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know.
When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you
The Duke's probably not back from Dunwall yet. If we're lucky. We've been en route for 2 weeks. I hope Sokolov is alright. Wherever he is.
Mortimer Ramsey. The Duke couldn't have pulled off the coup without someone inside the City Watch. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father, and said Theodanis was a good man. Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world. So, the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Sokolov seems so much older now. It looks like the overland route to the Addermeyer Institute goes through the carriage station.
We are exploring. What the fuck are those?
Must I say, Your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Crystal years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard a vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father. And I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please
Please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Dun dun dun. They were annoying, so I broke them.
I'll always miss my lessons with Anton Sokolov. He made so many clever devices during my mother's time. All right. You've explained part of it, but what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaka, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There were reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
Hypatia. Dunwall citizens express shock and fears. Yet another unspoken critic of Empress blah blah Iqbal Boyle. Yes, yes, yes. And then this one is
Dr. Hypatia. She seems to represent the good that's possible within the Empire.
Dr. Hypatia. We're getting all these crossbow bolts, but that doesn't help us when we're not trying to murder. Incendiary bolts.
jewel of the South. My father's birthplace.
Oh god. What the fuck? We got stuck. Swim, Emily, swim! Blech. We only slightly almost drowned.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
I am me again. Let us go, me
Let's go see
again.
the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
I love how we are stealthy by putting things over our face. Well, yes, so is Sokolov, as was Piero.
I'd take you to Adamire by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkonos spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Adamire. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot.
I love how the water just keeps,
Reach
like, just
Adamire,
flooding everywhere.
Take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Adamire. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower. Alright then. Maybe a little more.
Push.
That's Adamire in the distance.
Then we all split the take.
Just don't forget about me.
I told her 1,000 times. It ain't my job to check on the grinders. Sometimes I think she's deaf on purpose.
Look at all this chum.
Your face is covered. Are you worried someone might recognize you? You kind of stand out. Might want to keep a low profile.
I used to make my day like yesterday.
Hello there.
Shakedowns. Better off in the voice.
You know that was supposed to go to us. What are we supposed to do now? We're out of money.
Oh, hello.
That's a big chicken.
Stuff like that. It's getting worse.
But I might be able to help you out.
We're listening.
There's a stack of goods that no one's claimed in one of the holding warehouses. I happen to know that no one's ever claimed ever because it was dropped from the
Those chickens.
In the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement.
now in place due to the political assassinations conducted in the name of the former Empress, Emily Caldwin, and carried out by the former Royal Protector.
Hard times under the Duke and his Grand Guard. A man has to be ready for anything.
And new workers on the streets of Karnataka. Compliance is mandatory.
Hey there. What have you got for... Oh, you're kind. Thank you. If you want to get past that, let's hope you never need help.
Come here. I have something that might interest you. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Wanna help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
Perfect.
I'd like to get to Addermeyer Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it.
Come in. If you've found this place, I'll trade with you. I'll take that deal. Glad we could do business. You won't regret it. Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry.
Don't actually need that for now. I'll get that later. I'll get that later. I'll get those later. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. At some point I'll get the stun mines, I guess. But for now, what we have is what we wanted.
Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
So now you can truly see how many items there are here. Couldn't really see it too well earlier, because of how light it is. So how do I... Yes. I need to actually look at something real quick. We're gonna save real quick. And then I'm gonna look, because I'm gonna have to... Here we go. I'm gonna want this on one. Okay. And now we want powers, domino. That should honestly be all we need.
I'm in. Just remember to move slowly, and don't get too close to the nests.
It's infested. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
Oh. So, because I accidentally picked up that body, they're like, oh my god, she killed them!
Bloodflies stop us?
I'm in. Just remember to move slowly. And don't get too close to the nests.
We don't even know if the people inside had it. Any money. We just know they're dead.
It's infested, all right. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
Anyone out of the city as bad as I do, this is our chance.
No. More likely we all get stung to death. Then we end up hatching more bloodflies for the next group of idiots who try to get inside.
All right. We don't turn on each other. We'll find another way to make the coin. And another way to get past the wall of light.
There's always something, am I right? Alright. As long as they're not glowy, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Ah. See, we're fine. See, that nest is all burned. Oops. Alright, so we got a new bonus charm. What's this one do? Spirit water. Drinking from the fountain of youth gives you fountain stuffs. Let's just push this piano down onto that hive. Pear soda? Who drinks pear soda? Orange soda's much better. I may have accidentally set that body on fire. Terribly sorry, sir. I hope you were already dead.
Everyone is looking for me. It might pay to be discreet.
What's discretion? Rune, Bona. Hold on, there's a Bona over here though. Where do we need to go? That way. That's there. Let's go.
It's just been one gala after another. The season's just getting started.
Here.
what would happen if you reported me. I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. Please? It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? No! This is how we get rid of snitches. Remember, if anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah, we couldn't stop him. Hey, is the windmill turning all right up there? No problems?
Don't worry, it's turning. Plenty of electricity.
Good. I like this setup better than using the well oil tanks. The wind won't run dry.
If something happens to the windmill, these break down just as often in a different way. And they also overcharge sometimes.
The wind picks up too strong? Like in a... storm?
Right.
It was what a happy little accident. Let's see.
Too close to the wall of light.
You know not the mind of the deviant, for their thought.
See, the overseers were where... Oh, I mean, I knew throwing that would set him on fire. Just, you know. Hold on, we got the outsider again.
Karnaca was a lovely city once, before the Duke began choking the life out of the place. Before the Crown Killer started painting the walls red. Now you're here, and I have to wonder whether you're gonna give it that final nudge. Or pull it back from the edge. We've both seen cities go bad before. Vermin, blood, and betrayal. It's happening again. I hope you are ready.
Is anybody ever ready for betrayal? Bits of blood? Why, it's blood that's bitter.
Moving along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What? Here? Listen, I only...
This area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
You can be boner brothers. Alright. Not stealthy. We'll probably want dark vision soon. And then, yeah. So the way Domino would work is I could look at that person, and that person. As long as I shot one of them, they'd all sleep. We'll do it soon.
As always.
We'll make them sleep. We'll make them all sleep.
As bad as things are here, I love the light in the evenings down near the water. Somebody's seen something.
Combustion? Nah. We don't need grenades that go boom boom, more likely.
His name may not be spoken, and all written record of his existence has been erased. So grave were his errors.
Sometimes I wonder if it wouldn't be better to craft
Fall
music
from the
boxes at
pinnacle
each
of discipline to the muddiest ditch of disgrace.
There are a few locations kept from us and shipped out. It seems dangerous.
Far worse to have the knowledge of construction materials scattered across the Isles. The metals used to make the devices are unusually rare. The techniques, if applied by anyone but the most faithful, resolute overseers, border on heresy.
I suppose you're correct. It grieves me to imagine what cultists might accomplish if they took the music boxes and perverted them to their own ends.
Exactly, brother. Much better to protect such a powerful tool. Assemble them in secret and dispatch them across the Empire where they're needed to fight against the supernatural.
Oh. I was waiting for, like, his body to just go plop, but no, he just kind of...
cast it to the heretic, and in doing so,
Sleep. This is a fire hazard. Thank God I came around. Wandering gaze, rampant hunger, errant mind. Wandering gaze. One, 5, 7.
and all things in between. Trust in the Abbey, my friends. Trust in the Abbey. Say to the flesh that is familiar, that of the fowl and sheep, the ox and fish from the cold ocean.
I love how I just stood next to them and stole the bone charms and everything. I just was just like,
those who taste the flesh of the rat risk drifting through the void for all the remaining hours of all.
corrupt bone charm? Well, we're gonna find out. Now, ain't we?
This heretic's body is important, even though I don't fully understand the situation. We'll wait for the Vice Overseer.
When should Burn arrive?
He's engaged currently. He'll send someone else. Maybe Overseer Kendana. Until then, we stay where we are.
Will the heretic's corpse attract blood flies, brother?
No, I've dusted it already. We should be fine here for now. But mark me, anyone who shows up here has ill will at heart. There are no coincidences in Karnaka.
Oh, do I need to do it the other way? Ah, I needed to do it the other way. Ah, it's not just one of them you knock out, it's you have to do the one you chose it on. I see. God, could you imagine typing on that? You'd be typing like this, like on a ball. You know? Fucking weird, yo.
That's it. The body Mindy sent me after.
It's more like I stole it under their butts, though. Look, here's that stupid pear soda again. Who the fuck drinks pear soda? When you've got apple soda drink. Jesus fucking Christ, that startled me. What's the corrupt bone charm do? You take significantly less damage, but your movement speed is reduced. Ba ba dum bum. Ba ba dum bum.
Is someone there?
Huh?
There we go. And that's how it works. Hang, gang, gang, gang. Just makes you want to kind of grab it and then pick them up and smash it. Ah!
Whoever. Hey, you got it. Put it down in the hole. Good job. Take this.
Good job. Take
I
this.
won't ask you why you needed that. So how do I get to Addermire?
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Addermire.
Better than nothing. Thanks for your help.
Hey, you! Come here! I'll cure the world from the likes of you.
Shame he saw us. But that's okay, it happens.
The downtrodden, the poor and forgotten, Warlocks, beggars, and orphans. Who speaks for the Hamlet?
can only hope the outsider hasn't gotten to her first. I was weak. I must be ever vigilant against the outsider. He knows my heart, tests me, taunts me. I will not give in.
Like yesterday, and I think I'll give it up for good. Better off in the void than another day like that.
Are you coming tonight?
So many guys.
Life was not easy. What would you say to a day at the Botanical Garden?
Should we nominate your nephew as sanitation?
She worked hard for the greatest, but too late.
Alright. Don't really know where we're going right now.
And their skies turned dim.
Welcome to my shop. Have a look around.
What is it to you? A feast full of pan and the mayor's screw.
Damn it. I need to pee.
Might as well sleep. Hypatia's apartment key. Apartment key. We have one attempt at opening this safe.
Welcome to Winslow Safes. Feel free to have a look around.
Welcome to Winslow's Safes. Please have a look around.
This must be the alchemist's apartment. Alexandria Hypatia. Addermeyer Station. This should take me out to the Institute. The bloodflies have flourished with all the Duke's executions.
After the horrible failures of my first serum, I'm more determined than ever to help the miners. It's not my say how hard the Duke and his cronies drive the workers, but until he sees reason, I'll do what I can to make their lives better and to provide comfort to their families. It's my obsession, this work, and the impact it will have on the least privileged people in Karnaca. Studying the original plague elixirs, I'm close to something.
When I find Hypatia, I'll see what she knows about the Crown Killer.
I'll see what she knows about the Crown Killer. Okay.
This is the finest
I have to tell myself that fixing all this will bring back prosperity.
I need to wait for him to walk away. Fine. They will never know. Oh.
What's going on at Addermeyer?
Drugs. Addermeyer, Adderall.
What's the Duke's interest, and how is it connected to Delilah?
I love that little jump.
Hide your face, coward! She's wounded. Let's finish her.
Whee! No, not a restart.
Addermeyer Station. This should take me out to the Institute.
Ah, she's too far away.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Best to avoid.
Kinda dry. Really go for a whiskey or something. Shooting dice or penny chasing the ladybirds.
Crone's hand? Are you kidding? It's all Halloween.
So don't wear your uniform. And keep good whiskeys there. They even stock Old Dunwall.
Ah, man. Let me know next time you go.
Maybe I should just work a double shift. So I don't have to listen to him tell me about how good it was under the Duke's father.
Did you hear? My Aunt Belinda moved to Old Lamprow.
Really? I've never seen her without either a drink or a mandolin in her hands. Won't she die of boredom?
Old Lamprow's smoking.
Isn't it laundry day yet? Gotta be soon. I can't stand my own stench.
What about that guy's like, is it laundry day yet? I can't stand my own stench.
There's emotion here. It beckons you. Promises riches and power. So much temptation.
What?
So he says, keep alert. What I says, damn, I've been alert. He says, yeah, this time I really mean it. More bad things have happened here in the last 5 years than in all the years of my life. Let's have a look. Someone there? Let's have a look around.
It's safe to touch the carriage rails now.
Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure.
Right, I could have just done this the whole time. Oh. Well, not the whole time, but like, you get the point.
Someone is asking for trouble over there.
I wonder what that was.
Can't stay hidden forever. Come on. Don't have time for games.
Looked like, I don't know, but I saw something.
saw someone right here. Let's check the place just in case.
We're a bush. They cannot see me. I'm a bush.
Disgusting.
I am bush.
Met a girl from Morley. Our love ended poorly. I spied a lass from Bristol. 'Twas good I had my pistol. Then I met a lady from Tivia.
Uh-oh.
Something and happy and no idea.
Nothing after all.
Someone is asking for trouble over there. So, let's see. What was it?
See, we never actually got spotted. It was like real close several times, but we never got spotted. See? No murders, no detection. Da, da, da. 10 runes, 2 shrines, 8 boner charms. Oh, only half. Oh, we missed some blueprints. Well, shiggity snap. Oh well. Eliminate the ground killer who's been murdering your enemies to make you look guilty. Find your own ally soon. Anton Sokolov, last seen being carried toward Adamaya. Alexandria Hypatia, who runs the place, should know more.
The Addermeyer Institute of Infectious Disease. Alexandria Hypatia, chief alchemist. Once it was a solarium for recuperating aristocrats. Now it's a place of alchemical study. The Crown Killer's taking lives in my name and has to be stopped. It's my hope that Hypatia can explain. They say she's brilliant and altruistic. Well respected across Serkonos.
Oh. Hostile territory. Ow. I meant to do that. See, if we had been Corvo, we could possess these fish and swim into things and, you know, shit like that.
Looks like they're doing maintenance on the carriage relay again. Should we check it out?
Nah. I'm just making sure it's still in order, I guess. Nobody comes around anymore. Whoever tore that old couple apart, they were enjoying it.
So what do you think, then?
I don't know. Coming back at dawn, smudges of blood on the windows. I don't know what to think. Maybe the Duke found some new Pear or ape from Pandicia. Keeps me up at night just thinking about it.
Perfect.
Who's this?
That's it!
Whoops. Of course we like being Emily.
Once they say something's amiss, then I just can't get comfortable. Someone there? So let's see. What was it? Nothing here. Hey, what are you around? Stop! Wait for my order! At your command!
I was hoping to kill like all of them, but alas, it did not like that. Why? It's very creepy. Just you wait.
What should we do with the leftovers? I used to feed them to the dogs, but I'm not allowed to go to the kennels anymore.
Let's feed the rats.
Don't be like that. Times are hard enough without you getting bitter.
With Adamite in public, I was proud of working here. Cooking for the sick. Discussing recipes with Dr. Hypatia. Now I feel useless.
I know, but as bad as things have gotten,
People don't hide their
I can't
faces
do
unless
anything
they're
for
up
you.
to something bad.
you better run. Leave me alone! Help! Guards! Someone! Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Whatever you need, I'll be
Hey, you! Come here! Get away!
Okay. Just trying to figure out what we want to do. Going through the kitchen's not a good idea. Apparently. Going through the front door is also not a good idea.
No one knows what's happening. Could be anything. I just gotta watch my own back.
I need to link more people. Or else it's just not worth, you know?
Sure, he knows how to talk with the boss.
What? No! My children need me! Let me go!
I'm bored.
It would only take me a patient to see them. My 7-year-old broke her leg carrying water down to the miners. And my 3-year-old has been coughing dust for weeks. His skin is so pale. He's gray. I could bring them here.
I am very sorry, but there's nothing I can do. Dr. Hypatia doesn't accept patients anymore, and the Institute is under the Grand Guard Authority. Apparently, you can't be trusted to do your job without creating...
Never mind. Hey, what happened here? Huh? She's out cold.
So, a body has been discovered.
How can anyone do such a thing? I just can't. What was that again? Hey, who is... Oh!
Okay. So I'm trying to save the lady.
Carrying water down to the miners. And my 3-year-old has been coughing dust for weeks. His skin is so pale. He's gray. I could bring them here.
I am very sorry, but there's nothing I can do. Dr. Hypatia doesn't accept patients anymore, and the Institute is under the Grand Guard Authority. Are you all right?
Huh? What? Guards! Someone!
He's...
I saved the lady.
I won't tell anyone I saw you.
Okay. I was saving your life, lady.
Don't hurt me.
There we go.
I don't want to die.
The Duke of Serkonos.
my stripes.
No mercy!
Wait for my signal! I'm not impressed!
I love how they always shout, "I'm not impressed!"
The Duke of Serkonos.
Starving. What should we do with the leftovers? I used to feed them to the dogs, but I'm not allowed to go into kennels anymore.
Let's feed the rats.
Don't be like that. Times are hard enough without you getting bitter.
When Adamite cooking for the sick, discussing recipes with Dr. Hypatia.
I know, but as bad as things have gotten, it'd all be worse without a job.
Dear Stomach, I have received your request and agree that dinner time cannot come quickly enough. Unfortunately, we are still on duty. With that body? Here?
Let's just quickly drink from the tap to get ourselves some magic. Okay.
Clearly, Dr. Hypatia's not seeing patients anymore.
Open this door! Oh, maybe the wind or something.
He was sleeping peacefully, but I had to make sure that he stayed peaceful. Nom 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 nom. What? What? Why did it die? That doesn't make sense. Sleepy. There we go. See, that's what was supposed to happen. Why did it die?
Report to the duty officer as soon as you've finished your current patrol.
So I didn't even have to go in there. Oh.
Imagine spending a season here, just resting while people take care of you.
No thanks. Sickness is still sickness, even when it's wrapped in a silk bathrobe. All I can imagine is people coughing up blood all over their tea and crumpets. This place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What happened to that?
That's the watchtower.
Someone said he went nuts working the night shift.
Yeah, locked up somewhere in disease treatment for his own safety. He was a janitor here as far back as the old Duke Theodanis. It's too long to work in a place like this.
I'll never get used to it.
That's not what I wanted to do. Wrap me. Wrap me. Great. And we're here again. Cool.
I think I just saw something. Something moved.
Whatever.
Oh. Huh.
Once that watchtower is down, Megan can pick me up.
I wonder who that was. Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure. Wonder what I'm dealing with. Huh? Can I close?
Oh, hey, look, she's already there. Alright, now we just gotta do, you know, everything here. You know, take out the Crown Killer, finance on. Or Anton. You know, all the normal stuff you do in this game.
feel dodgy. That's no way.
Just go to sleep. That's all she needs to do. gotta be a way to get there. Well, that's the answer is to go from above. We just flat out punched her in the throat. Do you think they're asleep? How was I supposed to know that one of them was carrying a flammable bottle so that when I throat punched them, they would collapse and break it? Is there even anything I needed in here? No.
probably a master key for the lab somewhere.
Only 2? No, we need 1 more. Fuck.
See anything interesting?
Let me see. No, too far away.
Of course. Otherwise, you might have had a few minutes of excitement. At least we're not down in the mine festival. We were born to be born.
The fuck? That bitch got yeeted. And because he died, those 2 died. That's okay.
See anything interesting?
Let me see. No, too far away.
What the fuck?
See anything interesting?
Let me see. No, too far away.
Of course. Otherwise, you might have had a few minutes of excitement. At least we're not...
Once again, they all died. This game is perfect. No bugs. No bugs.
Men don't understand what's so important about Dr. Hypatia. What should I say when it comes up? Next time someone... Clear enough.
My next attempt was going to be if I shot one of them, if that would just knock them all out. Pear soda? Who drinks pear soda when we got cherry soda? You can title them as you wish, because you know I'm gonna forget.
You make sure she stays where we want her. My patient never leaves Adderley. Remember that.
Sir, it's just that the other night she went missing, and I still don't see how she got out.
Maybe we're not clear on this, Corporal. In case anyone asks, the good doctor never leaves the grounds unless it's on official business for the Duke. Got it?
I think I understand, sir.
Sadly, I think that counts as being spotted.
You make sure she stays where we want her. My patient never leaves Adderley. Remember that.
Sir, it's just that the other night she went missing, and I still don't see how she got out.
Maybe we're not clear on this, Corporal. Asks, the good doctor never leaves the grounds unless it's on official business for the Duke. Got it?
I think I understand, sir.
Ship change is at midnight. Mr. Lowe, you get another ship.
River crust is more like...
Blackouts are worse, and my dreams have taken a turn towards the disturbing. Even rest eludes me. Duke Bell seemed overprotective at first, but increasingly, I'm a prisoner in my own lab. The soldiers stationed here leave me alone, but even then I feel like I'm being watched. What really saddens me is the loss of my work. I've always thrived on my connection to the people who need me the most. The workers and their families. Each time I hear there's been an outbreak of some fever or some new condition among the miners, it pains me that I am not with them, working to ease their suffering.
It pains me.
place be any different had I not passed from the world?
What was what?
I so enjoy watching history warp as words pass from the lips of one to the ears of another. Imperfectly formed, half understood, poorly remembered. In the years to come, the story of the Crown Killer will be twisted and bent, hammered like soft metal. By some accounts, a monster that had to be put down. By others, a victim of treachery, preserved because in the end, you found another way. But you'll always remember the truth, won't you? Your truth, at least.
What do I want? What's this do? Screw it. I'm gonna take premonition. There's still so many things to collect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Black boner charms. But we're gonna have to go looking for those next week. I don't recall a very loud beep, to be honest. So, but anyway, yes, it is that time in which we call it for the day. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next time, everybody, stay funky, baby.